United Nations Global Compact Leaders Summit 2023, and this is at Javits Center, Manhattan, New York. I just explained to you all the converging climate crisis, war around the world, the devastating pandemic, inequality, injustice, all created a chaos and disruptions around the world. And we need to really move very fast. That's why we're saying fast forward to take actions. Leaders around the world, this is the time to take actions. We don't have to just say it, we just do it. That should be our motto for today. This is the United Nations Global Compact Leaders Summit to inspire leaders around the world to take fast forward actions now. Javits Center, New York, Manhattan. As you can see, the logo is moving forward faster. And why do we need to move forward and faster? Because converging climate crisis, war around the world, the effect of deadly pandemic, and social inequality and injustice has caused the global to transform an unprecedented situation. That's why no more talk. We need to just really, as being the leaders of the world, move fast forward. And that's our logo for this summit today. No more talk, take actions, and move fast forward to save this world from these crises and conflicts. Forward faster for 2030, and that's the main target for UN Leaders Summit, United Nations Global Compact Leaders Summit at Javits Center, Manhattan, New York. We cannot just talk, we need to take more actions, especially for climate crisis, war, conflict, inequality, injustice. It's making the world unprecedented transformation. So there is no more time. All the leaders, we just need to take actions from today on, and let's just do it. United Nations Global Compact Leaders Summit 2023 at the Javits Center, Manhattan, New York. You see all the leaders around the world, high officials, diplomats, and the logo for today's summit is Forward Faster for 2030. I already explained to you for Forward Faster is because we need to take rapid actions.
I think we're in a really good position to do that today. Before we go into panel discussions, we first have a really exciting keynote coming up from Gary White and Matt Damon. Gary White is the CEO and co-founder of water.org and Water Equity, and Matt Damon, in addition to being an actor, screenwriter, producer, and humanitarian, is also the co-founder of water.org and Water Equity. Before Gary and Matt come up on stage, I warmly invite everyone to watch a video to introduce their work.
For some people, getting water is as easy as turning on the faucet. But for millions of others, it is a daily struggle that dominates their lives. This is the global water crisis, and it is the most urgent social challenge of our time. I'm Matt Damon, co-founder of water.org and Water Equity. We've made it our mission to empower people in need with sustainable access to safe water and sanitation at home. We can't solve other global challenges without investing in water. Water is the best investment the world can make to empower women, fight climate change, improve health, and end poverty. Right now, millions of people are paying high prices for water from vendors or collecting water from unsafe natural sources. Both options cost families in time, money, opportunities, and help. What if they didn't have to? What if they could get access to the funds needed to give their families a long-term safe water solution at home and a private place to go? They can. Water.org breaks down the financial barriers between people living in poverty and the safe water and toilet they need to survive and thrive. Our solutions are smart, simple, and sustainable. We work with our in-country financial partners to add loans for water and sanitation solutions to their portfolios. These partners then mobilize funds from capital markets to provide affordable loans to people in need of water.
Making time, giving us a few minutes and joining us. We always appreciate it when people make room in their busy schedules to hear Gary and me talk about water and toilets. So definitely not something we take for granted, so thank you for being here. So as Saddha said, the world is not on track to meet our 2030 agenda. We're falling behind on many of our sustainable
and displacing many more. These crises are linked, so our solutions must be also. If we want to prevent a rolling humanitarian crisis and the massive cost it will create, the world needs to act faster to protect our water basins and make them resilient in the face of climate change. That's why the water competitive financial returns. Given the scale of the crisis, we recognize that
UNDESA, Department of Economic and Social Affairs, and the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. This review covers a survey from answers from many of yourselves, but also lots of publicly available information to help us understand how we've been making progress and more that we can do going forward. In totality, what you'll see is the private sector is still very committed to the Sustainable Development Goals. 96% of business leaders surveyed believe that the private sector played an enormous role in delivering the goals. Now, remembering that these are companies who've answered our survey and therefore inclined to support, but nonetheless, there is a lot of good information here. 79%, 78% have identified at least one business case to help deliver a sustainable development goal and have launched or changed a product or service to help us to deliver. So the question is, with all this activity and support, why are we so far off? Well, the reality is, we're just not doing enough. We need to do more following the setback of the pandemic. And by our own admission, businesses, less than 50% of businesses believe that they're doing enough in order to deliver the Sustainable Development Goals. Ambition is too low, because we know that 91% of organizations have made a commitment to deliver against at least one of the Sustainable Development Goals. But we're saying, businesses themselves are saying, that only under 40% of those believe their goals are actually aligned to what it will take to deliver one of these goals. So we're doing a lot, we're committing a lot, it just has to be higher. So the fact is that progress that we've been making as a business sector is mixed. First of all, we have contributed enormously and positively to economic progress, creating jobs, building skills, innovating, investing in infrastructure. To do. We can innovate, we set our mind to this, we can make progress. As an employer, as a job creator, as a driver of growth, as a skill builder, and also, as we'll talk about later, a policy influencer. I'm going to take a few areas one by one so that we can just see in detail. Let's look at gender. Still 5% of the Fortune 500 only are led by a global CEO, a women CEO. It's going to take us 257 years to close the current gender pay gap at the current progress. And yet, 6 simple female, women-friendly actions on pay.
This is the UN Leaders Summit 2023, and the initiative is to moving forward faster and take actions. It's all about taking actions now. The global warming. We need to cut emissions. Gender parity. Stand against corruption. UN Global Compact Leaders Summit 2023. The initiative of this event is to encourage all the leaders around the world to move forward faster and take actions immediately. The world is in a big crisis, especially when it comes to climate change, war, devastating pandemic, unchecked corruptions, and many others. We need to save this world and also our citizens. It is time now to move forward faster and take actions immediately. Welcome to UN Leader Summit 2023. And the initiative of this event is to encourage leaders around the world to move forward faster and take actions, especially for the converging crisis of climate, war, the devastating pandemic, and also the social inequality and injustice. It has made major disruptions around the world and the transformation. So we need to take actions and we need to move forward faster as soon as possible to save this planet. The former UN Secretary-General Baldha Justice one approach and association made and built United Nations complex to work companies around the world aligned with sustainability and their goals to work on human rights, anti-corruption rights, labor rights, and environmental rights. Today's Great Leaders Forum Initiation has encouraged leaders around the world to work and align their business strategy, labor rights, environmental rights, anti-corruption rights, and human rights. Today is United Nations Compact Summit at Javits Center North. It's a great opportunity for leaders to move forward faster and take action to implement all these goals and to help support the world to become a better planet for all the citizens, especially I mentioned climate actions, corruptions, social inequality, social injustice, and so many, especially the war is affecting so many innocent lives of this world. So my brothers and sisters and the leaders, let's work together, unity strength, to pursue these goals and move forward faster. UN Leader Summit 2023. As you can see, moving forward faster. Sounds crazy, but it is the practical, it's the truth, because we are running out of time. The world is in a very much danger. And according to all sides, war, climate, social injustice, social inequality, all together, we don't have any more time. My fellow leaders, this is the time right now to take actions and move forward faster. UN Leader Summit. It is a wonderful event at Javits Center, Manhattan, New York. You can see the view of the ocean, city New York, the city that never sleeps. And this amazing event is to encourage the leaders around the world to take immediate actions and implement all the SDGs and aligned with the strategies from United Nations Global Compact, human rights, environment rights, labor rights, and anti-corruption rights. Because we need to move fast and we do need to take the actions right now.
Dealing with those barriers to progress as they come up, and where through collective action they can achieve greater impact individually as well as collectively. So that's our call to action today, to join and sign up to these two key targets we have, achieving 100% of employees being on living wages by 2030, our SDGs deadline, and working to develop plans for contractors and into supply chain partners for those workers also to move towards and achieve living wages. We also know that there are considerable benefits.
Enable farmers to achieve living income, like agricultural, market, financial, and basic livelihood services.
வந்து வெளியில் வாங்குறதோட எனக்கு முன்னாடி சொன்ன மருந்து வந்து நாங்கள் எடுத்து தயார் பண்ணி அடிச்சனால நமக்கு வந்து வெளியில் வாங்குற செலவு ரொம்ப கம்மியாகுது, மகசூல் ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கும்.
நாங்கள் எடுக்கிறது கட்டுப்படி ஆகுதா என்ன அப்படின்றத வந்து ஜாஸ்மின் கம்பெனிலேருந்து அடிக்கடி வந்து கேட்பாங்க. மார்க்கெட்டை விட எங்களுக்கு ஜாஸ்மினில் கொடுக்குற ரேட்டு வந்து நல்லா இருக்கு.
ஜாஸ்மின் கம்பெனிலேருந்து ஒரு கஸ்டமருக்கு நம்பர் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அவங்களே வந்து நேரடியாக பார்த்து நமக்கு அதுக்கு தக்கன மருந்து இயற்கையான முறையிலேயே கொடுத்துருவாங்க.
இந்த திட்டத்திலேருந்து ஆடு வாங்குறதுக்கு ரூபா கொடுத்தாங்க. இது குட்டி போட்டு பெருசான பாரு ஒரு 75,000 ரூபாய்க்கு எங்களுக்கு சொந்த செலவுக்காண்டி விற்று பயன்படுத்துது.
Katrina, thank you for sharing.
Living income is a benchmark income level that allows people to enjoy a decent standard of living as stated in Article 25 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
The push for a living wage is a response to the fact that legally set minimum wages often fail to meet workers' needs. They often fall below human rights standards, are not always consistently enforced, are frequently set without extensive social dialogue, and not adjusted frequently enough to keep up with inflation.
Key stakeholders, including government and the private sector, must work together in driving the living wage agenda to ensure that all employees have the income to support their needs and those of their dependents.
Share with us, if you would, a little bit about the challenges you at Unilever have met along the way of this journey, and perhaps how you've overcome some of those.
Welcome to UN Global Compact Leader Summit 2023. This is a big time for all of the leaders around the world to take actions, to move forward faster as soon as possible, especially towards the crisis, climate, corruption, inequality, injustice, and many more. The world is quite in big disruption, and we need to help each other and move forward with unity, strength, and let's just do it from today. Welcome to UN Global Compact Leader Summit 2023. And this is a time to take steps and actions towards human rights, anti-corruption, labor rights, and environment rights. The world is in a big crisis right now, especially in terms of climate, in terms of war, deadly pandemic, social inequality, social injustice, and all of us, especially all the leaders, we need to move forward faster and take action as soon as possible to save this world, to save this planet. Hi everyone, welcome to UN Global Compact Leader Summit 2023. And the initiative of this summit is to move forward faster and take action immediately, especially towards the SDGs. We don't have much more time. We have to engage ourselves, the business leaders, and take actions and implement these SDGs in our business. And welcome to UN Global Compact Leader Summit 2023. And this summit is going to aware us towards the goals and the implementation and taking actions and move forward faster ASAP, especially when it comes to climate, when it comes to corruption, when it comes to social inequality, injustice, war, conflicts, all of them. We need to all work together around the world, all the leaders, let's unite and let's make this world a better place. Very inspiring event. This is UN Global Compact Leader Summit at Javits Center, Manhattan, New York. I just have to say this is a lifelong learning, especially for the leaders, to make their actions, to walk towards that path where we'll be able to find the solutions towards the climate crisis, to war, pandemic, gender equality, and also social injustice, inequality, and everything that's going through the world and making such a transformation. This is the right time right now to work and to make that actions in implementation.
Are ready for this next session. It's going to be a terrific conversation. Across the globe, we are witnessing that the triple planetary crisis, climate change, nature loss, and pollution is only gathering strength and creating further inequities. Biodiversity loss ranks as one of the top major risks to businesses, with over half of the world's GDP, $44 trillion, highly or moderately dependent on nature. In the words of the Secretary-General, we need to urgently stop our self-defeating war on nature. At a time when biodiversity is declining and at an unprecedented rate, companies face mounting pressure to adopt their business models and manage their impacts and dependencies on nature. In this session, you'll hear from leading private sector and key organization representatives on how companies can start their nature-positive journey and showcase best practices to reverse biodiversity loss. Let me introduce the moderator of the next portion of this session, our panel.
Take action towards nature-related business. The more you can connect your business with nature, the more you'll be able to shine. Just not only your business, but towards the mankind. Our health, our mental health, our physical health, our awareness depends on climate. The snow mountain is calling. I don't feel well. I don't know why I can't sleep at night. I don't know why I'm taking the medicines, the pill at night. It's because the snow mountain is calling. It's time for us to take action towards climate and especially connect our business with climate and nature. UN Global Compact Leader Summit definitely is going to give us that knowledge to be very responsible and accountable for our deeds. It's just not just to say it, but also to feel it. I just have to tell you that why I feel climate is so important. It's because not for just climate or others, for my own health. Health is wealth, and in order to keep my health to being a wealth, we have to preserve climate. Why do we have to care about social inequality and injustice? It's because my mental health, peace is so important for me, and that peace comes being equal towards everybody. Why anti-corruption is very important? Because we have to learn to live an honest life, a life with integrity and principles. That's why we need to care about corruptions. So these are all we have to connect with our own self, with our own soul, and then we'll be very responsible and accountable for this. Just not being saying a lot of speech and words, but understanding from inside that these all components to live on this earth as a very decent, peaceful citizen, we need to fulfill and take actions for this platform. I am definitely very honored and humbled to join UN Global Compact Leader Summit 2023, and I hope the leaders of the world will understand and value these principles. UN Global Compact Leader Summit 2023, it's to take initiative and move forward faster and take actions ASAP. Hi everyone, with pure heart, beautiful mind, courage and wisdom, impossible is possible, and humanity is the most highest valuable position you can ever have. I am so honored and humbled to be able to attend the UN Global Compact Leader Summit 2023 at Manhattan, New York. This is an awesome event. Leaders around the world, high diplomats, officials, UN Deputy Secretary-General, everybody's here, and this is an event to take actions and move forward faster to implement all the SDGs in our business, to fight against climate, to fight against corruption, to fight against social inequality, injustice, and to make sure that we bring peace and compassion on this planet Earth. Uniting business leaders with integrity. Welcome to United Nations Global Compact Leader Summit 2023. This is an awesome event, especially to learn about more integrity and implement in our business. I remember when I first entered United Nations in 2010 for the Anti-Corruption Convention, and I was inspired by my mother that I always have to be very honest, and I also have to have integrity, not only just in my business, and also in my personal life, towards the society and towards the world. And as a very well-known business leaders, we all need to learn to have integrity in every era of our life.
Welcome back, Farah. So we're coming to the end of our summit, and I just wanted to know, what's your takeaway message from the summit?
First of all, thank you so much, Netobeko. I hope I pronounced your name. And I really, really highly appreciate what you are doing for me today. And from you, the message will start for everyone who has attended this summit and around the world. Anytime we speak about climate, anytime we speak about nature, anytime we speak about animals, anytime we speak about business, anytime we speak about corruption, social inequality, injustice, one thing that comes is humanity and compassion. If you have compassion, you can connect with nature. If you have compassion, you can connect with others. If you have compassion and love, you will treat the way you treat yourselves to others. That's the basic foundation. In order to be a world leader, you need to learn first to be a compassionate, lovable, kind human being.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone, I'm
Thank you
Dobeko,
so
and then Robin
much.
Celeste from ESCOM South Africa.
And that
I
starts
just
with
met a lovely
compassion.
friend, Farah.
We really had a very successful event for today. UN Global Compact Leader Summit 2023.
Yes.
That was very, very awesome and colorful event.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome event and this party with different types of rainbow vegetables, healthy food, fish, music. This is actually an event of lifetime.
Now this the place with chicken, protein, the US for here. Okay, so